Allah, in the name of Him, the most beneficent, the most merciful. My name is Gabriel Morton, and I present you Gabrielism journalism program number 69. This is very, very important YouTube speech, and I present you from Iran. God bless you all, and I wish best for you, all of you, in every country, in every nation, now that is at the middle of the day or evening inside United States of America, but in Asia, that is very, very early in morning. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. And I appreciate all of the broadcasters, translators in the world. That is very, very important. I explain for you Gabrielism philosophy and how Gabrielism philosophy can solve all of the problems for human being, and what is the usage of the Gabrielism. The usage of the Gabrielism is helping you about heal yourself and achieve unbelievable things in your life. You will be able to perceive four-dimensional world, and this will bring a lot of good things in your life. So I wish best for all of the peoples in every place in the world, and please listen very, very carefully. In the previous sessions, I described that philosophy of the Gabrielism is a practical way to enlarge consciousness field. In Gabrielism, consciousness has field, and that is possible for everybody to enlarge and grow his or her own conscious field. And if you do this, that will lead to self-improvement in every aspect of the life. If you achieve to do this, you will be able to forecast future. In previous sessions, I described every happening, every event in our life and in the world before happening in our normal conditions, that will happen and cast in parallel world or four-dimensional world. That is very, very difficult right now to describe. All of these statements must be redefined. What is parallel world? What is four-dimensional world? What is five-dimensional world? And if Gabrielism philosophy is provable by physicists in the laboratory or not, later on I will describe and I will introduce and I will say how that is possible in the laboratory. Prove any of things that I will describe for everybody in the world. So Gabrielism is the joint point between science and not proven reality. In the previous session, I described that in 2030, Iran will be one of the top most miserable country in the world. And I described that China in 2055 will not be one of the 10 topmost country in the world. Also, we will see breakdown and collapse in Russia. Whatever I forecast, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything about this. I just want to say that if you follow the trend, all of the conditions and circumstances go to this point that we will see the collapse of this Russia, and we will see empowerment by India, and we will see Iran will be one of top most 5 miserable country in the world. But we have solution, and I will give you the solution. I know that President Vladimir Putin, he is veteran and too much lover for his own country and his own nation and Russian culture and Russian power. So I introduce everything that prevent these disasters for Russia. However, I love Americans and I am philanthropist, and I will describe what is wrong inside United States of America, and I will solve the problems of the United States of America. I am the man of without any bias that want best for all of the nations and all of the countries, but unlike the other analysts that they want to protect some groups, some people vs other nations, other people, I want to help all of the country, and I want to show you how much is God, how much is it the kindness of the God, and as much as God wants best for every nation, I want best for every nation and every country. In 2055, we will see the collapse of the Russia unless that they make good decisions about make positive change in their society. Before to enter to this especially political discussion, I want to describe another time that gabrielism philosophy will bring for you trophies, for example, supernatural powers. By using these supernatural powers, you can heal every dangerous disease like cancer. I will make a special program preventing cancer and healing cancer, maybe today, maybe in the next days. But, for example, one of the supernatural power that I achieved to have, I can make earthquakes and rainings in every place in the world. However, I am not independent from the power of the God. My power go parallel to the power of the God, and I take my energy directly from God, as I take my power directly from God. So let's enter to the main discussion. Until now, the indirect indirect property of the United States of America, or in better word, I am looking for a good word to describe this. United States of America has invisible power. What is this invisible power? What is this invisible property? This property is the positive thing of all of the nations and all of the country about opportunities inside United States of America. People, because of the many things included propaganda, they think that America is the land of the dreams and they will earn whatever they want in their life if they travel and be resident or citizen inside United States of America. I don't want to say that is not correct or is not correct, this thinking way of the nations and people. I just want to say that is invisible property or invisible wealth for United States of America. So anybody in every nation want to get visa going and live inside United States of America to achieve their goals. Invisible wealth, that is for United States of America. So I want to say that conquer and be dominant over the lands and territories is not the best wealth for every nation and every country. Thinking way and mentality of the people is the most precious thing in the world. For example, I have a lot of invisible wealth that nobody can take from me. And what is that? If I travel to the desert of the United States of America, I can make 3 months raining permanently there. And if I travel into United States of America, I can make this land safe from earthquakes and hurricanes and volcanoes and other natural disasters that always happen, floods, avalanches, and any other ruining things. Today, my program is mostly about Russia and future decisions by dear Vladimir Putin for his own great nation. But I will describe a lot of things that would be helpful for United States great nation, and especially about anybody who are suffering from cancer and gonna to die, or help people prevent to be affected by cancers. So I will continue as much as I have time. Let's come back to the Russia. If you go and ask from different people in the different countries, what is your wish? Mostly maybe say that we want to travel and live and be resident and citizen inside United States of America because, for example, I am a great talent, I am great engineer, I am great physician, I am great scientist. So I think if I travel there, that would be more healthy, wealthy, happy life for me. So I decided to departure my country, my homeland, and immigrate to United States of America. That is the invisible property and wealth for United States of America, while For example, I have invented five quantum computer, and maybe I think that is better for me to travel in United States of America and find some investor about my creative innovations, etc., etc., etc. So today I want to explain for Russia and China. We know that in 2055 China will not be one of the 10 greater topmost powerful rich country in the world, and I see by philosophy of the gabrielism and the device that philosophy of the gabrielism, the tools that is in my hand, I can see future right now, and I will describe how that is possible, even based on relativity by Albert Einstein. I can prove how that I can see future, and I have to describe for all of the nations how they can enlarge their consciousness field. Also, that is possible for everybody. And if you do this as a man or woman inside the world, if you be successful to make enlargement, to make engrowment, if you be able to grow your make large your consciousness field, you will have the same vision, provision, and intuition, and extraordinary ultra perception, just like Jesus and Muhammad. And I want to say that one of the greatest mistakes of the human being is that Muhammad was unique, Jesus was unique, and nobody after Muhammad and Jesus can achieve the level of the wisdom and knowledge and direct knowledge taken from God. That was just the past, and there is no miracle after Muhammad and Jesus and Moses and all of the other prophets. I want to say that that is absolutely wrong, and you can even be better than Jesus. However, that is so much difficult. But let us come back to the main discussion. If Russia continue this wrong way, Russia will collapse in 2055. Why? That is depend on 3, 4, 5, 6 scientific technological factors. What would be this factor? RPR project. What is RPR project? Robots that they are producer another robots. Every robot that is so much self-sufficient and self-efficient that can design and write computer program by themselves and make new generation of the robot that they are better than the previous version. If I travel in Russia by help of the Russian greatest scientist, Russia will be able, less than 1 year, present RPR successful project, and even 1 minute sooner than United States of America, make it ultimate superiority and dominance by Russia over the world. If Russia take care about RPR project, this RPR project can make Russia the best, most advanced country in the world. What is the difference between human genius and RPR, intelligent robots? If we make some robots that they deliberately and self-sufficiently can make a better robot than themselves, this country will be dominant over other countries, because these robots will not be nobody can stop these robots, and these robots never get tired, and can be, for example, as a computer programmer, they will do in few minutes the jobs of the greatest programmers in the world. So that is the absolute superiority by Russia, and Russia will be the first topmost power in the world, and that is the best for Vladimir Putin, who is so much devoted to his own homeland. But I want to describe what prevents me to travel and be citizen in Russia. I want to say that I want to compare Russia and United States of America. For example, Russia at average has more beautiful girls for marriage relatively to United States of America. I don't want to say that American girls, they are not beautiful. You can find beautiful girls in every country in the world, but some countries, they are relatively have more beautiful girls. That is because of the drinking, that is because of the weather, that is because of the sunshine, many good foods, many things make the human races many causes. There is a lot of casualties. There is a lot of things that can make more beautiful about men and women inside the country. I want to say privilege and privilege for Russia and privilege inside the United States of America. The privilege of the Russia is beautiful girls more than any other country in the world. The another privilege of the Russia is so much national wealth, oil, gas, everything, every mineral things mostly we can find. So this is very wealthy country, and good mines, diamonds, and many other things. So this national wealth of the Russians will help Russia in the crisis. Also, some weak points of the Russia is too much coldness, and many other things that would be negative points for immigrant in the Russia. But the main things is about the language, and if Russia do something to destroy this bias about the language, will be winner of the game. Most of the peoples in the world nowadays choose English language for themselves, and nothing gonna happen for Russian language and culture if Vladimir Putin invite his own people to learn English fully. That will make great change about the opinion of the immigrants. They will choose Russia if they know that most of the people there are able to speak English. For me, that is just English language. But we know that some nations like French people, like Germans, or Dutch lands, also Russians, they are so much biased about their own language. We have to accept reality that English language is the dominant language in the world, and day by day will be more dominant. So any country that want to continue their own bias, even France and Germany, and if they don't want to accept this reality that English language is dominant language in the world, they make a weakness point for themselves, and this weakness point will prevent any immigrant to choose the France and Germany and Russia as their own destination about travel and live and work and be citizen for these countries. So that is my recommendation for French people, for Germany people, also about Russia. And want to declare you bias doesn't matter, religious bias, language bias, any type of the bias make weakness and make power for enemies or make power for competitors. So that is so much important for China and Russia together. First, make it possible for 99% of your people to learn English language. If I say in 2055, India will be the topmost, most powerful country in the world, one of the main positive PowerPoint of the India is English language. No Indians scientists, they don't need to learn and spend 10 years life and energy and money to learn English language. So the nation of the India is 10 years sooner, 10 years frontier than the nation of China and Russia. And we know that nowadays English language is the language of the science. So most of the articles, international scientific letters, articles, magazines, all is by using English language, while 50 years ago that was French language that was dominant. Now, because United States of America made internet and invent internet, the dominant language is English language, and any country that want to use bias, they will make weakness for themselves. So the privilege of the India is English language that make 10 years this Indian scientists advanced runner relatively to other nations like China and Russia. So Indians are 10 years more advanced than any non-English language countries. So that is the positive point of the India, and the point that these Indians are hard workers. Plus they know English language. That will make India in 2055 top most powerful wealthy country with 2 billion people. So India will be dominant, and I will describe if India leave restrictions and limitations that will happen by religions, they will be successful. The caste in four the cast in four-dimensional world, I saw India as topmost best country in 2055. But the problem inside India that will make poverty and pain for people is that people, especially old people and middle-aged people, they spend a lot of time and energy and money for religions and customs, and this limitation these limitations and restrictions that make many achievements illegal inside India, that is a great obstacle. If India without eliminate religions, just make a good culture, to make a normal attention to the religion, not more than 5% of the energy and money and life. In this case, China will be the first power in 2055. The other and more important thing is any country who achieve quantum computers sooner, plus RPR project, robot producing robots. Any country who invent some robots that they don't need a programmer and can do by themselves, can do design and make other generation of the robots, that these robots, they are more intelligent than previous generation. This country is the supreme power in the future. Why? I will describe for you why. For example, you suppose that America has about 400 billion people, and America for example, Elon Musk will be successful in the first day of the February 2025 or 2026, Tesla company will introduce, for example, if they invite me, that will happen very, very soon. And I will describe why. If I travel inside United States of America, a lot of social cost will decrease inside United States of America, and I will say how gabrielism philosophy make a powerful mind for everybody, so the criminals will decrease inside American societies, and they will most of the people go to do the positive thing, make new inventions on behalf of the help all of the human society. You suppose Americans will be able to make the first RPR robots, robot producer robots, in February 2025 or 2026, for example. What will happen for American society? American society will be able to multiply their own population as the producers. You suppose that America has so much great industrial power that can make 2 billion robots for United States of America. That will make artificial populations. They are workers without any tiredness, and every American hire a lot of these robots that will work inside the fields and produce foods, produce computers, productions. However, this will destroy all of the jobs, but rich people will have enough money to hire robots to do work instead of them, and as a result, USA in 2055 is not just the topmost powerful country on earth, but also 80% of the economy, international economy, 80% will be belong to United States of America in 2055. You see how much important just 1 minute sooner any country who achieved to RPR project. This country will have 80% of the income and international wealth for their own themselves. So that is a great competition between Russia, China, India, and America. The main problem inside United States of America, me, for example, if I travel inside United States and bring with myself $1 million, great companies will easily smash me, and all of the my quantum computers that I designed and all of the autopilot systems that will be very more cheap than Google company, these will be still will be stolen by large companies, and large companies easily smash other companies. Even if you see the competition between Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, they have a parallel company that work on the same project, and they can't merge to each other because of the selfishness, natural selfishness of the every human being. For example, they are proud. Elon Musk is so much like others. All of them, they are proud. Maybe Elon Musk is the best one because he is relatively more humble and more inside the normal society. But I want to say that most of these rich people and rich companies, they are so selfish and say so much proud that they don't want to collaborate with each other to make this project sooner than other companies. Also, they think that because I live inside Iran and I don't have enough money and the regime is not good in Iran, and industrial power of Iran is not so much effective, they think that I can't do anything in Iran, and finally I have to travel inside United States of America and use industrial power of United States of America about my own project. What is my own project? What can I do for all of the human beings? I can make device inside laboratory, and you can call back Jesus, and you will evoke and summon the spirit of the Jesus inside laboratory, and I will make it possible. This consciousness of the past people, dead people, like the Shiite imams, they come inside laboratory and describe their knowledge for all of the human being. Maybe that most of the neuroscientists, physicists will say this man is crazy and that is not possible to do this. I will describe, I can make it and I will make it. After that, I explain for physicists, for IT scientists, if I describe the philosophy of the gabrielism, they will say that this is the philosophy that is the truth behind our world. We know that truth and reality is very bitter. Anybody want to escape from truth? Anybody want to escape from the reality? Because reality and truth is bitter and is not sweet. And so anybody escape from the truth especially inside the dictatorship countries like Iran, they horrified from the truth, because if they go for truth, they have to say goodbye to their own customs and sects. I don't want to say about the religion. Religions make kindness, and really religious man or woman will be more kind than yesterday. Sects and customs and regulation of the religions make cruelty, ruthlessness, and make savage behavior, you see, between Palestinian and Israel. That is all originated from religions. These crazy Palestinians read some verse in Quran and attack to the non-Muslims. The same problem is inside Iran and many other Muslim societies. They will be in their own prison of the bias. They will die in their own prisons, self-made prisons, and that is originated from Sharia or Islamic regulation. Islamic regulations and other religion regulations just make obstacles for flyers who want to fly in the lands of the truth and science. So I want to say that Iran and many other religious countries, they will be the topmost miserable countries in 2030. Less than 5 years later, 5-6 years later, the countries who made balance between religion and scientific achievement, they will be the winner of the game. Another time, I want to recommend Russia, France, Germany must leave their own bias. Another time, I want to recommend an emphasis on bias and any tendency will make us far from the truth, and will this bias, these discrepancies make weakness for us. So if Russia don't want to break down and collapse in 2055, must do 3, 4, 5 things. One of these is development of the English language and make it compulsory inside Soviet Union. Also, China must do this. If they don't do this because of the bias, we have great literature, as dear President Putin said. I believe your writers, Sakharov, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, they are genius, and the literature of the Russian language is so much genuine and original, very precious knowledge these writers presented to all of the human beings, and they had a very great role to make ethical human being. But I want to say that they have to leave discrepancies and biases. Russia must make elections based on justice. America must combine all of the great companies that will make that will make to decrease the waste of the capitals. For example, 10 companies compete for the same project. 9 of them will be eliminated and deleted because one of these countries will be successful, and the successful company will smash and ruin other companies. That means that in America, 90% of the efforts will eliminated and will lose their values because of the varying way of the competitions. So America must change, make changes and evolution in their economic system and political system. I will describe later. But about the Russia must make this, the pyramids of the democracies of the federal. Later I will describe the details. So in every city, state inside Russia, we have to prove people vote to everybody who is deserved, and these pyramids, small pyramids, will join together and will be the building blocks for larger pyramid of the power, and this larger pyramid of the power will make the most strong political building and structure and system in the world. And I will promise Vladimir Putin will be chosen another time. I will promise that Vladimir Putin will be chosen another time, and not just all of the previous Soviet Union countries will rejoin to the motherland, because there is something systematized governing based on justice and the wish of the peoples, and they will escape from the propaganda of the United States of America, prevent dominance of the USA propaganda inside Soviet Union territories. I want to say that very soon the satellites will connect inside China and Russia, and United States of America will be successful to send message for people who live in different far states inside Soviet Union, inside China, and directly they will make contact with nation of the China and Russia, and the conquering, they will be dominated over Bahrain. Domination over the Bahrains will be more important than the domination over the lands. So America will be superior country in 2055 if Russia don't do anything. Americans will be successful to conquer Bahrain and mines inside Russia and China. So China and Russia has to do military counterattack and destroy the satellite by missiles, or go into a straight war before that United States of America send the army of the robots to fight with Russians and Chinese. They have to attack first, and the flame of the war will destroy all of the countries and all of the world. I will promise that China and Russia will do counter attack, counter invasion. But I want to say that we don't need Russia and China to do counter military attack to USA and USA alliance countries and USA technologies, etc., etc., etc. The first thing, China and Russia must China and Russia, they don't need to fear from English language. They deliberately must develop English language, that is the language of the science and technology, then make a new system, gabrielism, a system that is something between communism and capitalism. I will offer the most reasonable, based on justice, governmental system, and if China and Russia deliberately do this, everything gonna be okay, and I will promise all of their neighbors want to join to China. I will promise Thailand will, I don't know, Taiwan, any other countries that separated from China, they will rejoin to have more market, more power, etc., etc., etc. About the Soviet Union, that will happen. So the first change that is necessary inside Russia and China, leave any discrepancy and biases about the language and let English language and teach English language and equip their own nation to know better and more. Then we have a little change in the voting system. Also, I have a lot of change for United States of America. Inside United States of America is not based on justice. Also, the rank system of the government is there. How much that is so much better than Iran system, but I want to say a lot of weak point there is, so they have to eliminate and remove these rank regulations and about voting, etc., 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 that empower the dominance of the rich people over the 99% of the labor workers who really have to tolerate a slavery. This competition between the great companies inside of United States of America is the pure slavery. People go to the work and work every day 16 hours and earn a little, because 90% of the working is waste because of the competitions between cooperations. This selfishness and this individuality, this self-pride of the Americans make waste of the time and energy and wealth for 90% of the countries who will be smashed in between competitions. So people of the United States have to suffer a lot of suffering, tolerate a lot of suffering, and that would be a disaster for American society. Disappointment, depression, drug abuse, suicide, other people attack to other people, terrorism. That will be the result of the capitalism system. We come back inside Russia. Russia and China and India must make movies by using both national language and English language. Movies is very, very important to describe what is the situation inside your country, and if United States of America has invisible wealth. What is invisible wealth? Everybody want and wish go to United States of America. That make USA money keep this USA money up, and this dollar of the United States is the dominant money because all of the people want to travel inside United States of America, and that is the direct result of the movies and film makings. So if China and Russia and India make English language movies, but the director is inside, the director, players, film producers, the writers, all are Russian, all are Chinese and Indians, and even I will travel there to explain as a writer my 10 screenplays that Russia, India, and China, they can make film and movies. If you want, if you invite me, I will make not just supernatural power for your country, your enemy will be destroyed, but also I will make a lot of wealth for your country and many other. I will do something that all of the 3 million addicted people inside Russia leave addictions and feel enough happiness to continue their life, I will do something that all of the single girls inside Russia, inside China, go to marriage, and I will bring happiness for your society. So invite me, because I can't work with the Republic Islamic of Iran. Republic Islamic of Iran is a disaster, not just for our nation, but also for all of the other nations in the world. While USA, Russia, China, India, European countries is working so much hard in the RPR project inside Iran, some small religious things make disaster for peoples. So I think there is no future for Iran, and Iran nation will be the most miserable nation in the world. Even worse than Yemen and Syria people, because they don't have these limitations of the Iranians. So let me, because that is too much long, another time I want to explain what will happen in the future. Gabrielism will open a new hatch. What is this new hatch? This new hatch is increasement your cognitive system. What is the increasement? The field of the consciousness. What is the enlargement of the field of the consciousness? In the Gabrielism philosophy and physics, consciousness has physical field. Why we can't record this physical field by current physical devices? That is because of a special physics of the consciousness. I want to say consciousness has physical field. That means that consciousness has physical waves and physical properties. And I will describe and I will make new device in the laboratory about doing measurement about human being consciousness, animal consciousness, angel consciousness, and even God consciousness. Later on, for all of the nations in the world, I will describe that God has physical appearance. God has physical appearance, but inside six-dimensional world, so we can't perceive God. And later on, that will be proven for everybody who live on earth. God is physical appearance, has physical appearance, but in six-dimensional world. Later on, we will speak about that. Briefly, I want to finish my speech today. Russia will collapse in 2055, but good decision by Vladimir Putin can prevent this collapse of the Russia. China will not be one of the 10 topmost countries in the world, but China has solution and can do this. For example, American propaganda and European propaganda, especially after making robots, nobody go and buy Chinese productions. Why? Because America, if make worker robots, these worker robots just cost for United States of America $1, $2, $5 for repair every year, and the power electricity. Just the cost of the electricity and repair is necessary for these robots. But for human beings inside China, they have to pay salary worker, doesn't matter how much hard they do, they have to rest. Even after 16 hard working, Chinese workers have to go to sleep. But a robot can do in the day and night, and without tiredness can produce bags, trousers, televisions. The productions after achievement in robotics inside the United States of America will be more economic in every place in the world. So America will present to all of the nations everything, included foods, included clothes, included cars, more cheap than any other countries. Nobody, because of the American propaganda, go and buy Chinese productions, and that will be the end of the China and breakdown of the China in 2055. And USA colleagues and cooperations and also the countries who allied with United States will be winner of this game. Even America will not need to employ a lot of army members, because robots will go to the wars, and that will be the end of the Asia, China, and Russia. India will join to United States of America and other alliance of the United States like Saudi Arabia. All of these countries plus European countries will be the winner of the game. So United States of America, by this evil plan to make busy Europeans and Russia to fight and weak each other, will be the dominant absolute power, economic power in the future, unless that European countries and Russian countries come to peace and agreement. If I travel to Moscow or to Europe, soonly I enforce European countries to disobey United States and Britannia and come to make agreement with their own real friend. What is the real friend for European countries? Russia is a real friend, because Russia died about 20 million people of the Russian soldiers. They died and make freedom for European countries. However, European peoples and countries, they cheated and betrayed Russia. So European countries must do apologies to the Russia and make sign agreement of the peace. Otherwise, all of these countries, included Europeans, Asians, will be a slave for United States of America, and that is not traditional slavery. That is modern slavery. What is this modern slavery? These companies make all of the brain occupied with the craps and nonsense and pornography watching that will make cancer. All the nations is make amusement with these banalities, and America will be winner of the game by make people busy. If you see inside the street, you see a lot of crazy people, 90% in every place, just look at their cell phone and doesn't learn anything. Just the hip of the girls, the nudity, pornography, betting for matches, lose time and energy and enter disease and cancer inside their own body, forget God, forget help each other, forget live meetings, forget to give live energy to their families. So all of the families will collapse. All of the peoples, they are just busy with cell phones, watching pornography, bet in the football match, and the Satan and evil forces make human beings busy, so they don't go for knowledge, they don't go to learn physics and do innovations, they don't go to worship God and be kind and help people in the streets. Nobody take care, just look at the cell phones. And finally, this is the absolute domination over the brain. And conquering the brain and minds is more important than the conquer of the lands. However, USA and British people, they are so much do not want to say evil, but they are so much smart to keep people busy with nonsense, and privately they make achievement in robotics, and robotics is power of the future, because Americans leave their jobs and hire a robot that instead do their jobs. Then Americans like me, they will be so much free inside their solitude to innovate new things and dominate over other countries and other lands, or make a plot about other countries. Don't forget, in the international competitions, that is not enough self-improvement. That is, you have to destroy your enemies. And how? Or competitors. You have to eliminate your competitors, and USA successfully is doing this. Eliminate any country, nation who can compete with United States of America. They destroy other countries by using a lot of devices, more especially internet banalities. If you you can see me by using internet. If you want to use useful program, there is a lot of good program inside YouTube. But if you just check message from morning to the night and use social media without any thing that is useful in your life, you are wasting your time and energy. And that is the wish by United States of America to make weak your opponent, their own opponents. They make weakness of their other countries' population. They make weakness by domination over their minds and keep them busy with the banalities and ruin the structures of the society in those countries. Then everything gonna to be easy for United States of America about permanent domination over other countries. What they have a slogan about the domination, full spectrum dominance. I have a lot of things to say. God bless you all. Thank you for listening, broadcasting. That was gabrielism journalism number 69. God bless you. Thank you for listening.